The Las Vegas Raiders just played in their second preseason game of the year just a few days ago, and there was a lot of players that really stood out in my opinion. But what I wanted to do in this video was deep dive into one rookie that was phenomenal. And then when I say phenomenal, I mean it didn't even seem real what this guy was doing on the football field. JJ Pegues, I believe that's how you say his name. If I'm wrong, correct me. We're going to call him JJ for the video. Let me know in the comments if I am saying it wrong. But JJ is a guy who just is different, okay? Versus Seattle, he actually had a really good couple of plays in the running game. But also, in this game, he had 4 pressures. 4 quarterback pressures from the interior of the defensive line. A guy who played fullback and some tight end in college is now transitioning, right, to a full-time defensive guy. And he has been for the last couple of years, don't get me wrong. But he is learning on the fly, and he is getting good quickly. What I wanted to do is break down his film. Look at this play, 3rd and 1. They're going to try to run the ball. Look at JJ here. Look at him. Look at him drive his guy back 3 yards into the front side of the running back and then arm tackle. You don't see too many guys being able to arm tackle like that. JJ is different. Also, I feel like this Raiders defense is a lot different than it was last year. The hustle, the IQ, they're forcing interceptions this year. I mean, a lot of good things happening here for the Raiders defense. They cannot get off the field on 3rd down, that starting unit. But look at JJ here. Once again, he makes contact, and because he's got that lower drive, that strength, that pure power, he's able to drive this guy back 2 to 3 yards. And then look at his eyes. They're always on the running back, basically saying, hey, if you come this way, I'm here. If you break out, guess what? I'm going to block shed. I'm going to disengage. I'm going to go make the tackle on that side as well. Great job here. I love JJ Pegues. I really hope I'm saying that right. But let's break down the film. Before we deep dive, I need you guys to comment down below 1 or 2 more names that you would like me to break down in the next couple of videos. It could be anyone. Tonka Hemingway. It doesn't even matter. Let me know in the comments. Subscribe. Join the family. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. Let's dive in. The one thing that always stands out to me when I watch this dude play is just the lower leg drive, the pure power again. Every single time he gets a rep, and you're going to see they got a 5 technique right here, or more of a 7-eye inside that tight end, right? He wants to explode off the edge, but they're trying to generate one-on-ones all around here. Whenever you give JJ a one-on-one with the guard, you better hope that guard has a lot of power in those heavy hands, right? This guy doesn't have it, clearly, right? Boom, look at him. Drives him back a good 5 yards into the front side of the quarterback. These are plays that you can't underlook. You see these and say, this guy's a player. This guy is a player. When we get one-on-one matchups, we need to take advantage of that. I feel like it's going to be a little bit tough to keep this guy off the field early in his career. Because when you have a guy with that much leg drive, with that much pure power, put him on the field. Now, I do believe they credited him with half a sack. Sorry, I'm a little bit, right? But this is beautiful. Great job. And because, another big thing here, because they send a late blitz through the B gap here, the running back has to move and go pick that up, keeping that one-on-one opportunity. They can't chip, they can't help out at all. JJ is a different beast, man. One more time. I mean, he's kind of side, like he's going to the side right now. And he's still able to drive back. And really what they're doing is creating a stunt action. Essentially what they're doing is they're trying to drive this way, have this guy come back around. They're planning up this stunt. Boom, send him to the left, come back around the other way. That ends up working too. His defense is going to be scary. Another big time play for JJ. Once again, it is 1st and 10. We're going to try to run a stunt action. Let me speed this up a little bit here. So again, stunt action. What are we actually trying to do here? Well, we're trying to send our inside guy to the outside, match him up versus the tackle. But when that happens, right, we want to kind of attach that guard as well if we can. From there, stunt this guy in through that A gap. Now essentially what they do here, the offensive line, is they switch this pretty well. JJ does a good job, but they're smart. They switch this thing perfectly. But what ends up happening is JJ gets that mismatch. A guy who's a little bit quicker and maybe not as strong as a guard, he's able to bully him and get into the backfield right away. And look at him. One push, it's again the power, the power, the power. This guy is so strong, so strong. The fact that they were able to get him when they got him, draft, look at it, boom. I mean, you push him back another 3 yards. Now, so we've watched, what, 3 plays? And on every single one of these plays, he has been able to drive someone back a solid 3 to 5 yards every single time. We've only watched 3 plays, and on every play, he's done it. So I'm super excited about this dude. Real quickly, before we get any further, make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't already done so yet. But also, subscribe to the channel. It is completely free. It doesn't cost anything. And we will be covering the Raiders, JJ, Tonka, Darien Porter, and the entire Raider organization throughout the entirety of not only preseason, but regular season. Not only offense, but defense. And not only that, but individual player film whenever you guys want to see those as well. Make sure you guys join the family if you haven't already done so yet. This is amazing, man. I'm super excited about this football team. I think they're finally starting to showcase some ability, play some good defense. Oh, man. Dive back in. All right, another interesting play here for our guy. Now, what we're going to do here is another stunt. We want to send this guy to the inside. Want to bend this thing all the way around. This guy's going to work to the inside as well. But the one thing that they really showcased in this game was to utilize these stunt actions and force the quarterback to get the ball out a hair early, right? Not when they wanted to. They had to rush this thing because, again, there was just so much pressure from the interior of this defensive line. I mean, right here, they're in what we call a scat protection, where they're sliding their offensive line to the right, which ends up working out perfectly here for this stunt action. But even still, we have a 3-on-2 opportunity in the middle. They have 3 guys, Raiders have 2, and they're still able to generate pressure from pretty much everywhere. That's what really excites me about this team. It's not just JJ, but it's all these guys are doing such a good job. Look at the pressure they're able to drive in here, and then ultimately forcing a bad throw, which could have been an interception. Let me actually move my camera so you guys can see the actual outcome of this play. But I say it all the time. Whenever you can generate pressure on a quarterback, guys, you can create one of 5 different scenarios. And we can go through them, right? You can force a bad pass, right? You can force a bad decision by the quarterback. You can force an interception. You can force a sack. You can force a fumble, right? All of those by just getting pressure on a quarterback. In this specific situation, because they're able to get pressure, they force a bad pass and a bad decision by their quarterback, which ultimately should have been and could have been an interception here for the defense. Ultimately, it wasn't, but still, that's all we're looking for. Generate pressure, force turnovers, and keep it moving. All right, here's another pressure here by JJ. Now, ultimately, they get a big gain on a quick slant over the middle. They do force the ball to come out really early, but ends up working out for them as we're just going to overload their offensive line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys coming in here, and you just can't block everybody, right? So they actually allow JJ to get a wide open lane to the quarterback here, and ultimately is not able to swat that thing down. If he was, that would have been absolutely massive for this defense. But again, actually they only sent 5. Yeah, they send 5, tackle, bites on the outside guy who ends up playing man here, running back. But ultimately just not enough. I wonder how close he was to deflecting that thing. Because ultimately they pick up a massive play down the field. But JJ played a beautiful game. I thought he showed pure power, strength. He had some quickness at times on some stunts, so I did like that as well. But when it comes to not debuts, because he played last week as well. But when it comes to players that I loved, JJ looked good. Jeremy Chin looked really good. I thought Tommy Eichenberg played well. Charles Snowden. Who else? Tyree Wilson looked good early on in the game. That was something I was excited about. Michael Barrett. So let me know in the comments down below who you would like me to break down next. It can be anybody. Let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications for more of these Raider updates throughout the entirety of the season. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next Raiders update. Peace.